Right then, class. We're going to have a quick test to see if you understood the lesson. Number 1, who was the first man on the moon? Paul?
Neil Armstrong.
Correct. Number 2, which is the hottest planet? Paul?
Mercury.
Correct. Number 3, how many planets are there?
Miss!
Paul?
9.
Correct.
Miss, how come you always let the boys answer the questions?
Sammy, don't be so rude and cheeky. If you want to say something, put up your hand.
I do put up my hand, it's not fair.
Anyway, boys are brighter than girls.
From early age, we are taught things, such as to do, like, boys are supposed to be rough and tough and girls are supposed to be clean and beautiful and all that. So when we go to secondary schools, we are taught subjects which are for men only, such as motor vehicle is supposed to be dirty, and girls are taught cookery and stuff. So then, when they get older, they are taught to do the washing up, and that's why it goes on all through life.
I think that working, doing washing up and things like that is more of a girl's job than it is a boy's. I don't know why, it's still.
Boys are more adventurous and girls are more sort of clean. They like to keep themselves clean.
Look at that job, Michael.
This one pays much more. Gosh, men's jobs pay more than women.
That's because men's jobs are more important.
Girls don't have careers. It's soon changed back then.
I think parents have a lot to, like, the dad will always say, like, come and help me fix the motor car, and the mum will say, come and help me do the household jobs. And it's for these reasons that, people are grown up and taught to do certain subjects, and people don't believe it, but it carries on and carries on through your whole life, because if you've been taught to do the washing up, you'll probably, pack up your job for the man and turn the housewife and stuff like that. So their career ends.
We're very young when we start to form our ideas about women's and men's places in the world. These children were asked to imagine what jobs they might do if they changed sex. See how you think they managed.
I think I'd most probably be in advertising because that's what my dad does. I think I'd do it anyway because even because I'm a girl, it doesn't really matter whether you're a boy or a girl, I don't think. My job, I would want to be teacher. I don't think it would make any difference if I was boy or girl, because I quite like to be a teacher when I'm older.
There are lots of women designers, and I would like to be a designer very much, so I would probably be a designer as well.
This boy imagined how he'd spend a day if he was a woman.
I think I'd just spend the day at home doing the washing, looking after the children, making the beds and all that stuff.
How unusual. And what would the father of the children be doing?
Out at work, probably.
I would like to be a captain of the airplane who drives the airplane, because I enjoy going in airplanes because I haven't been in airplanes for all the time. I've only been about 3 times, and I enjoy the airplane when it goes up, and I like the feeling.
That's the job Marcia would do if she was a man. What's to stop her doing the same job when she grows up into a woman?
Well, I don't think anything's stopping me now to be because I haven't really seen very much girls being captain driving. See, so if I was a boy, I would have been a captain because I would be a bit shy being a girl driving an airplane.
What work did she think girls could do on an aeroplane?
Well, there will be a hostess who give food to the people and coffee and things like that.
It's easy to go on thinking that there are women's jobs and men's jobs, and at school, girls and boys' options. No prizes for putting a sex on these ones. parts of school are okay for girls and boys. But these options are traditionally male. In spite of the pressures we feel to behave as we're supposed to and to take the options that traditionally go with our sex, it's perfectly possible to change things. It may take a bit of courage and you might have to do some persuading here and there. But it's nonsense to say girls shouldn't take engineering or boys shouldn't do dancing. By the end of his 5th year, Kenneth had decided he wanted to do childcare. His option choice had been broadly based, and he got a place on a course, in among the girls.
Well, I'm doing the actual City and Guilds Foundation Community Care course, because I've been interested in children since my mum, well, I used to babysit for a next-door neighbour. I just get on with children really well. And, you know, I want to do it, and I want to go into childcare later on, when I finish the course. We come out on placements every Tuesday, and I've got to do an optional subject, dress, and the other subjects. And I'm in a classroom full of girls, and they treat me normal. They don't tease me or anything. You're more interested in the work in this course than you are at school. You know, it's a subject that you've chose yourself to do. Options: I took human biology, science, geography, history, technical drawing, and woodwork. Experience in a warehouse, stock control, and I really enjoyed it. So I had to choose between one or the other, and I chose childcare because
Are you pleased with your choice?
Yeah, I am, very.
Let's rub that one out first.
Here's a traditionally male class, 4th year physics.
Paul, you should have no problem.
And here are 3 roses among the thorns.
Now, physics, art, typing, needlework, and geography. I want to do art because I want to do something about hairdressers and salons, and it would help me do it.
Why did they make physics one of their options?
Physics is a good subject because if I change my mind at the last moment, I can get quite a good job with an A-level in physics.
When you've done it that way round, turn the block this way, set up again, say about 5 centimetres from the end this time, another normal, another ray at 30 degrees to the normal, not to the block, and again plot the ray of light through.
I'd like to have worked with computers when I leave school, and you need to know level in physics and maths. Well, I've wanted to work with computers for ages. I suppose the girls prefer sort of human biology or something.
Those 3 girls like the friendliness of sticking together in their physics class. The girl who messes around at home with this sort of stuff is doing the so-called boys' option on her own. She's doing fine. It was tougher for girls to do science in her mother's day.
It was a mixed school, and we were accepted equally with anyone else doing the subject. There was greater difficulty with the physics, though. The particular teacher we thought he was a woman hater at the time, and he wasn't very conducive to girls doing physics. He thought we were all idiots, and you know, that was the kind of atmosphere. And the first time really that I met opposition, but you know, it didn't stop me. I went on and got a better result, as it happens, in physics than chemistry. Well, it was at evening class where I met more, not necessarily opposition, but felt more on my own. The teachers were more remote than they had been at school, and plus the fact that I didn't have the understanding or encouragement at home either. Not because anybody was against what I was doing, it was that they just didn't understand. I was, if you like, stepping out of their kind of world and entering a new different kind of world to the world they were familiar with. And the first year, certainly, we spent 3 nights a week and Saturday morning at technical college. And then I would arrive home at 11 o'clock at night and be in trouble for not participating in the, the household chores and doing my ironing and things like that.
Catherine's doing modular technology.
Well, at first I felt really cut off, and nobody seemed to want to talk to me in that. And I felt that I couldn't do it just because I didn't feel like I could talk to other people in the class. But now we're on to a project, and I'm doing my own work, and I get ideas from other people and that, and I'm enjoying it more now that I know what I'm doing. With my mum doing sciences and my dad and my brother, and I've always got help at home. If I get stuck with homework or something, if I get really stuck, I always think I could ask my mum or my dad, or even my brother.
We should be able to do more boyish things at school. Like mainly electronics is mainly for boys, but here we can do it as girls.
One switch to the next all the way through, aren't you? Right. I'm only going to do
These girls are doing courses in electronics and plumbing at a college near their school.
and hold it there.
It's called the School Block Link, and it's sort of teaching all the girls how to sort of do electronics and how to wire plugs and everything that mostly the men are expected to do.
No, I just see it as an experience, because you wouldn't get nothing like this at school for you to do, apart from in science, but it won't be as hard as what it is here.
They treat you more different here. They treat you like adults, not like children at school.
It's different in a way. And some of the work is, you seem to learn more here than everything else. I am enjoying it. It's different from school, I think. It's better, I think.
Really, I just wanted to learn something new and something that might help me in later life.
Try that one.
This polytechnic invites groups of third-year girls to spend a few hours finding out a bit about engineering and what options they'd need to do it. Physics is absolutely essential.
One description of what engineers do is this, that engineers apply the principles of science and mathematics to solving problems and making useful things. If you have a look around the home, you're going to see all sorts of things that engineers have made. One thing which puzzles us here is that we have so many engineering students, and nearly all of them are boys. We have so few girls here studying engineering. Have you any idea why this happens?
Most people think that men have the upper hand in the world when it's not really all that true. Women have like the same knowledge as men, but they're always said that men have the upper hand.
Most girls are afraid to try as well. They're afraid to try out things like this, you know, because they're used to the idea about men doing these kind of jobs, you know, and they think they should do other kinds, you know, other things like or stay at home.
Is this true that men are better at the difficult things than women, or are they better at some difficult things, or what? What do you think?
You've got to press manual thing. So how's my two favourite sisters then?
Maxine, haven't you noticed anything?
Yeah, you've missed your lips. Max, haven't you seen the time? It's late and I was worried. I know, but I've been at school. I chose my options today.
Go on then. Tell me what you chose.
I chose computers. Did you hear that, Josie? She chose computers. I chose engineering.
Yeah?
Electronics.
Don't you think you're going a bit far, Max?
No, they didn't even let me choose all my options. Mr. Thomas, he wouldn't let me do weight training.
At least somebody up there got some sense. But with all those subjects, you'll only be able to get men's jobs.
That's what I want. Men's jobs are better paid.
Maxine, is it about time you realise you're not a man, you're a woman?
The time for deciding your options for examinations comes at just the wrong time for many girls, because at the age of 14 or so, Most girls are interested in being attractive young women and having an active social life, and that's exactly right. But they, too, tend to have a stereotyped view about their future and see themselves happily married with 2 children in a nice home. End of story. Whereas the real picture is somewhat different, and we find that less than 5 families in 100 actually conform to that picture. And yet many girls simply educate themselves or are encouraged or allowed by their parents and teachers to take the kind of subjects in school which will only equip them for that kind of life. Whereas in reality, many of them will want to work when their families are growing up, both for their own benefit, because women have a very important contribution to make to society, and indeed, in many cases, to support their families.
Jenny, dear, these days women have so much more going for them. We have so many more choices. And we must take advantage of that fact and push ourselves further and further to show that we're strong and able to do so-called men's work. Then people like your father will have to take notice of us. I know it's hard, dear, but I do understand. My little Jenny, I'm so proud of you. I want you to grow up and have a husband that will love you and children that will respect you. I've been saving up for you, Jenny. Maybe you can buy a nice semi in Morden. The big kitchen, a large garden. Lovely. Your mother didn't want any of that, Jenny. She's a funny woman.
I've decided what you should take. You must take something positive to show your strength.
Strength? Look at her. She's like a little lily floating round a pond. Strength? What does she need strength for when she's got a face like that? Child development,
Electronics,
ballet,
physics,
textiles,
football,
home economics,
design and technology.
You silly cow!
There, you pig!
Look, I don't want to be a feminist and I don't want to be a housewife. I want to be me.